I think maybe it is an okay job. I think there could definitely be more, but I think as of right now, it's more than enough.
It's improving, but at this point, there needs to be more variety.
I think most protagonists are male. It's usually the main character is male, and then there's like a second female character.
There's been 90%, I would say, of like the protagonists are male.
Most of the protagonists that I've watched in films are male.
Our cultural products on screen have been ignoring the need of women audiences. In the list of 20 most popular TV shows of 2017 by Business Insider and Parrot Analytics, only 3 shows use females as main protagonists. Grey's Anatomy displays the lives of surgical intern Grey and her workmates as they evolve into seasoned doctors while trying to maintain interpersonal relationships. 30 Reasons Why tells a story about a high school girl who committed suicide after suffering a series of deteriorating circumstances brought on by selected individuals at her school. Pretty Little Liars, a teen thriller TV series, focuses the lives of 5 girls. From July to September this year, almost 30 American TV series were released. Only 3 of them use females as main protagonists. Gypsy tells the story of Jane Holloway, a psychotherapist who secretly infiltrates the private lives of her patients. The Bold Type shows the lives of 3 girls who all work for a women's magazine in New York City as they explore their sexuality, identity, love, and fashion. Somewhere Between follows a mother who tries to change the fate of her 8-year-old daughter and unravel the intricate mystery.
No, I don't believe so, because there's been proof, especially within the last year, that women are not getting paid as equally as men in most films, almost every film.
No, I don't think so, especially after the whole Harvey Weinstein case just came out. That's a lot of very prominent actresses who have obviously had to do, or been, pushed to do things they don't want to do so they can move up in Hollywood.
First of all, they're not paid equally, just like any other, most professions anyway. There's also a sense of pressure on female actresses to look a certain way. I know that if you're playing a superhero, you have to be physically fit. In addition, there's also kind of an age limit for a lot of characters for women. Johnny Depp gets older, so when he's 50, his counterpart is still 24.
I think partly due to just the historical impact of that and how in the initial creation of film it's always been men in control. I think due to the preemptive biases and the fact that it is so male-dominated, it's difficult for women to break into.
I'm not sure, I think maybe too there's a bit of discrimination there. It's harder to make it in such a cutthroat industry as a woman.
In filmmaking profession, women are treated unfairly. Jennifer Lawrence posted a public letter titled, "Why do I make less than my male co-stars?" on website Lenny on October the 14th, 2015, to tell the public that she got less paid than her male co-stars in American Hustle. In this letter, she said, "When the Sony hack happened and I found out how much less I was being paid than the lucky people with dicks, I didn't get mad at Sony. I got mad at myself. I failed as a negotiator because I gave up early." A study called The Celluloid Ceiling has tracked women's employment on top grossing films for the last 19 years. The report shows that in 2016, women comprised only 17% of all directors, writers, producers, executive producers, editors, and cinematographers working on the top 250 domestic grossing films, which represents a decline of 2 percentage points from last year, and even with the percentage achieved in 1998. What's more, over 1/3 or 35% of films had no or one woman in the above roles.
Yes, it's very sexual and very based on the physical appearance and of view and how they're always kind of representative as how they should be viewed and not who they are as beings.
Media does shape women's inherent representation, I think. Like, they kind of portray women as like being pretty and, you know, damsel in distress type thing, and I don't think that's very accurate.
Yes, in a lot of ways. There's certain films that don't, but I do find that like women are more just looked at for their exterior self.
Yes, I do think their media emphasizes more on the physical exterior of women and not their skill set as per se and their abilities as humans.
The reification of women is extremely common on screen. There are many posters of films and TV programs that show gender discrimination. Some deliberately ignore the parts of a women's necks, only leaving their body curves, legs, and buttocks in the picture. Some only show the back of women, but men in the posters are facing the audiences. In most conditions, women are naked or half naked. Sometimes, poster producers use women's legs and hip to form a triangle, and men in the poster just under the crotch of the woman. What's more, in some posters, women are even directly portrayed as men's playthings. Even Hollywood popular superhero films cannot avoid the reification of women. In superhero films, there are two types of female characters. One are male heroes' ordinary girlfriends, the other are female superheroes. In general, the existence of the former type is only a foil to show the masculinity of their superhero boyfriends, and the latter type, female heroes, are always in skimpy suit, while male heroes are covered thickly by their better clothes. Who cares whether they're heroes or girls next door? The point is that they're sexy creatures.
It's been an incredible year for women on television. Can I just say, bring women to the front of their own stories and make them the hero of their own stories.
There is always something good to expect. And the 69th Emmy Awards series that show feminism won 13 awards in total. We're glad to see the progress. However, for women's movements, there is still a long way to go.
Back in 1980, in that movie, we refused to be controlled by a sexist, egotistical, lying, hypocritical bigot.
Really? And in 2017, we still refuse to be controlled by a sexist,